Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. If you've been following my channel for even just a little bit, you may have heard me state that, with rare exception, the only humans, the only lawyers, specifically, let's talk lawyers, the only lawyers on the entire damn planet that believe that the SEC is correct and Ripple is wrong in the SEC v. Ripple case, the only lawyers on the planet, with rare exception, that believe that work at the SEC. It's hard to find those who actually take the side of the SEC because they're wrong on the facts and circumstances. So it shouldn't be surprising that any other lawyer who has an unbiased approach has no horse in that race. Again, with super rare exception, none of them think the SEC is right. That's incredibly telling. That is incredibly telling. Now, here's another example. Excuse me. Let's clear my throat. There's another example of an attorney. In this case, it's an attorney who used to work at the SEC, but he's not there, and he's speaking pretty damn freely. And this ex-SEC attorney says that XRP does not fit the Howey test. And this comes from an article from August, and I read it recently, and I thought, yes, this is another perfect example, and I really want to share this with you, because I'm telling you, even the SEC people, so I think a lot of them are being disingenuous and saying, oh yeah, of course the SEC's right, while they're working at the SEC, but then as soon as they leave, And so, look, I'm not saying that the lawyer here in question necessarily would have lied. I'm just saying, isn't it kind of funny how they all happen to believe they all happen to be working at the SEC and they all think the SEC's right? Well, of course they're going to say that. They work at the SEC. So it's not to assert that this particular individual would have said something disingenuous. I'm just saying you are in a tough spot. Even if you disagree, what can you even do? You're going to speak out against your own agency? I don't think people are likely to do it. It's just unfortunate here. But here's the headline from Xi Crypto. Ex-SEC lawyer John Barry argues that XRP, like ETH and Bitcoin, isn't suited for the Howey test. It's refreshing to see that. So before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Okay, so in we go here. And by the way, so this is the former SEC lawyer in question, John Barry. So he's at a private firm now, it looks like. Anyway, piece reads as follows. The SEC's case against Ripple Labs remains one of the longest legal battles the crypto space has witnessed. The SEC has one fundamental claim against Ripple. XRP is a security. The financial watchdog has held onto this claim despite arguments against it. A video that opposes the SEC's claim recently surfaced. In the video, a former employee of the regulatory body highlighted why XRP is similar to ETH and Bitcoin and does not fit the Howey test. And then there's a little subheading here. John Barry, so that's the lawyer again, John Barry thinks XRP does not fit the Howey test. Well, color me surprised. A securities docket webcast clip uploaded on YouTube features John Barry, ex-SEC lawyer, as he discusses XRP. Barry argued that XRP is similar to Ether and Bitcoin in the clip. He acknowledged the differences between the three coins, but insisted that none fit the Howey test. Barry's comments replied to experienced litigator Sean Prosser's question. Prosser asked if Ripple could have any differences should the SEC apply the Howey test. So you think about what is the Howey test? Well, four-pronged test, even though Gary Gensler likes to pretend that there's only three. Number one, an investment of money. Two, in a common enterprise. Three, with the expectation of profit. Four, on the efforts of others. So, and mind you, to be clear, in order for anything to be considered a security, all four of those prongs must be satisfied. Otherwise, it fails the Howey test, meaning it's not a security. So if three of the four prongs are satisfied, that is not enough. And so that's the reason that Gary Gensler and crew have been pretending that common enterprise prong don't even exist anymore. Well, if you throw that out, it's a lot easier to prosecute and win. Now, of course, you go back to the 1946 Supreme Court case, it's very clear that common enterprise is in there. And Gary Gensler and crew, they're just pretending it doesn't. And I guess they're just going to see if they can get away with that. Gary Gensler cannot unilaterally decide that precedent from a 1946 Supreme Court case no longer applies. He cannot do that. Now, he's trying to do that. That's what it looks like anyway. And I can't imagine that working, though. And with peace continues, though. Barry's comments replied to experienced litigator Sean Prosser's question. Prosser asked if Ripple could have any defenses should the SEC apply the Howey test. And here's a quote from John Barry. The SEC, I think, is getting more aggressive, end quote. He mentioned, adding that Ripple's case fits into the category of aggressive cases. Barry further noted that XRP as a token is a lot similar to Ether, which is then similar to Bitcoin. He, however, pointed out that the SEC has never brought a case against Ether despite its similarity with XRP. Now, speaking further, he admitted that the SEC could highlight features of XRP that make it different from Ether. Ripple, the SEC, would say, marketed its XRP tokens as an investment, he noted. He further said the SEC could point out that XRP is not as decentralized as Bitcoin. This is because XRP uses validators to confirm transactions, with some validators being affiliated with Ripple. So pause. Yes, the SEC will point that out, but it's not going to do a damn thing for them because it's something like 4% of validators on the XRP ledger are run by Ripple, which is a tremendously minority stake. And they've intentionally, as years have passed, they've intentionally taken their validators offline as others have filled the void. That's the whole intention, to have a healthy, decentralized ecosystem, so that ain't going to pass muster. And in fact, Ripple's expert witnesses, no doubt, will be capable and capable of doing so to argue that XRP is more decentralized than ETH and Bitcoin. And not that they aren't, I'm not arguing that Bitcoin or ETH specifically, that's not the point I'm making. I'm not saying they're not decentralized, but it's a sliding scale here. Some cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies will be more decentralized than others. Duh, right? So they will have expert witnesses that can easily argue that is the case. And then as far as, this idea of Ripple pushing, XRP as Ripple pushing XRP as an investment, my gosh, it's so clear that Ripple is only selling to key strategic partners. I haven't seen stuff like, maybe you could find like individual employees making statements if they can. Okay, super duper, but that's not the official position of Ripple. Just like when Bill Hinman, right? If it counts for Bill Hinman, he's saying stuff. It's just his position, not the official SEC position. Well, fine. Then we can play the same. Ripple can play the same game too, right? Oh, that's just a lower level employee. They can't. No. No. That's not the official position of Ripple. They don't. Right? You can play the same game, right? But no, I mean, you compare XRP going back its entire decade-long history. There was no ICO. Compare that to ETH. Please bring that up in court. Go ahead, bring that up in court. You want to compare. Because ETH is safe, XRP is not safe, but there was an ETH ICO. And what the hell's happening right now? With ETH switching to proof of stake right now, it's just so fascinating to argue which is more decentralized. And Bill Hinman, the SEC has argued that Bill Hinman's speech was market guidance. The SEC's arguing that now, believe it or not. It's a crazy world we live in. Anyway, peace continues, though. Barry acknowledged that the above and others are arguments the SEC could make that suggest XRP fits the Howey test. Nonetheless, he mentioned that it would be a more challenging case. This is because one could argue that XRP, like Bitcoin, which has been used to pay for goods and services all these years, is not an investment, but similar to cash. And so I'll pause to note that many people in our community do use XRP instead of money to buy stuff. Perhaps the most notable one would be my fellow XRP YouTuber, James Rule XRP. He's been very public about how he actually uses XRP to buy for everything in his life. He was even interviewed by attorney John Deaton on this exact topic on video, and I covered that at the time too. So even if it's not what most people are doing with their XRP, how could it possibly? There's so many different uses for so many different people. Ripple has no control over the XRP ledger. It could not be more clear. The SEC is fighting something like some sort of ghost that doesn't exist. This is ridiculous. There is no centralized XRP ledger platform. Peace continues. Barry's comments share a similarity to William Hinman's takes. In 2018, William Hinman mentioned that Bitcoin and ETH could not be classified as securities. Hinman said this at Yahoo Markets Summit while serving as Director of Corporation Finance at the SEC. The speech would affect a turning point in the SEC's case against Ripple Labs. However, the regulatory body has refused to provide documents about the speech. Despite a court order requesting the relevant documents, the SEC has filed motions to keep them secret. The watchdog claimed Hinman made the statement out of his personal conviction and interest. All right, so again, and I encourage Ripple to play that game too if it makes legal sense. if anybody at Ripple said something along the lines of, yeah, retail holders should invest because it's going to result in Lambo and Moon, if any Ripple employee said that, then play a saying, that's just a low-level employee. That doesn't represent the official Ripple position. And again, I'm not even saying anybody said that, but if so, play the game. The SEC gets away with it, right? It's completely ridiculous. It's refreshing, is it? Somebody that used to be at the SEC saying, yeah, that's dumb AF, son. That's effectively it. That's how I paraphrase that anyway. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.